Hi, I'm Ben Seaman from EarthEasy.com, and today I'm going to show you how to assemble a Jora Jk270 composter. You're going to need 2 wrenches, a Phillips screwdriver, and you may need a bit of dish detergent. Start by laying out the 2 legs with the holes on one side. Grab the flat brace and put it under the 2 holes. Take a bolt and one of the locking nuts and slide it through and tighten it finger tight. Take one of the threaded rods and another locking nut and put it through the end of the leg and through the cross brace. Take your locking nut, screw it on the end here. Now take your other threaded rod, another nut, and put it through the top. Take the long silver pipe and slide it over this lower leg. Grab the next piece right here, slide off the PVC piping there, and put this one on top of that. Take one of the short ones and slide it over the top of that. Now this is where you might need a bit of dish detergent to lubricate this so that the end caps slide on well. You'll notice the end cap has a flange right here. That side goes down. Now take one of your insulation pieces, the ones with 2 holes on either side, and put it on top. Note that these ventilation holes should align with these holes here. Now the next piece to go on is one of these 2 pieces. Now take one of the short square pieces and the middle piece of insulation. You'll see some of the insulation has slight indentations from the packaging. That's fine. Over time that'll pop back out. It still does its job just fine. Now the next piece, you have a little bag like this that has some plastic bolts in it. Take out 4, unscrew the nuts on the end, and you just push it through the holes in the corners of this white plastic piece, and it actually easily just pushes right through that insulation and out the other end, and you'll feed it through the next hole and screw on the nut. And just repeat this for all the other holes. Once you have the 4 plastic bolts screwed on, take the next piece, slide on like so, and push it down a little bit here. And the final end piece of insulation goes on like that. And then we have our last end piece. This time the flange is pointing upwards. And line up these two holes, one here with these holes here. Push it down a little bit. And now take the last piece of plastic and slide it on the top like that. And just push it down so it's all flush together. Take the next leg and make sure that this one hole in the middle is facing off to the one side, to your right, and slide this over like that. Take the end hole and slide it over the end of this threaded rod. And now take the last brace here, and you're going to put a bolt through the end of it here, and tighten this on finger tight as well. The one loose end of the brace now goes over that threaded end, like so. And in a small bag with all the other screws, we have 2 more nuts that we can use. One goes on this end here, and the last goes on this end here. Now it's time to tighten the nuts. Start by lifting the composter up. Grab your 2 wrenches, put one on this lock nut, and the other one on this side. It might be handy to have 2 people for this job, because you do have to start both lock nuts at the same time. Otherwise one will advance and the other one won't have enough pressure to turn it down the shaft. Orient all the insulation so the tops of them are level with each other. The side panels have 2 holes on each edge, except for one edge doesn't have any holes. Make sure that edge is facing upwards. Take the lid and place the lid side right here that goes up and down over top of the edge which has no holes. On the edge of the lid which does have the holes, those get screwed onto the end panel with these little screws. These are self-tapping screws, so you have to use a little bit of elbow grease to get them to go in, but that's the way they're supposed to be. The next piece to go on is a panel with a handle. They alternate handle, flat, and other handle. And then we're going to screw this one on as well. Now that we've finished putting on all the panels, we can then put on these plastic bolts. So open up the lid, and take out one of these bolts, and we'll slide it through. These can just be finger tight. You don't need to use a wrench for them. And repeat for the remaining 5. Now it's time for the bracing. I've turned the composter around so you can see the bracing better. You'll notice we have the two holes on the back legs here. So grab a bolt and a nut and cross bracing and just line up the holes and thread them through. And just do them up finger tight at this point. We can tighten them later. Now that all the bracing is assembled, we can tighten all the nuts on the bracing and on the edges of the composter as well. Now that we've finished the cross bracing, the assembly is complete. So go to EarthEasy, go to the Jk270 page, and download your guide to composting with the Jora Jk270 Composter. Thanks very much for watching.